Hello, magandang hapon mga kapitbahay. We are back for another episode of the Voice Actors at Home podcast, and this is our third episode out of 10 for this season. So ayan, I hope you guys are having a great afternoon, wonderful afternoon. Some of you are siguro nasa office pa, some of you are probably at home working, some of you are probably resting. So wherever you're from, leave in the comments kung nasaan kayo nanggagaling ngayon or wherever you are right now. Are you in the office? Are you at home? Leave it in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Okay, so just a brief reminder before we proceed with the podcast that meron tayong group coaching sessions. Tuloy na tuloy ito. This is going to be this Saturday. Pero this time around, it's not going to be from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, no? This time, it's going to be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So, hapon naman. So, tatry lang natin kung paano mag-work pag hapon. And this is again led by Coach Ryan Bondoc. So you don't want to miss that. Again, it's just 500 pesos for a slot. And then that's 20 minutes of direct coaching with Coach Ryan Bondoc. And the rest of the time, you can observe the others and marami kang matututunan doon. All right. So with that out of the way, I'd love to introduce our special guest for today. So he doesn't quite consider himself a full-time voice actor because with everything he does, he's a part-time everything. He is a voice actor, writer, reluctant content creator, editor. You get the picture. In the past, he's also worked in photography, theater, video production, corporate communications, and the list goes on. It can go on and on and on, but the fact is, he's a communicator. And while he only started training seriously in the voice industry in 2018, he's been working in the fields of production and communication for decades. Wow, so much we can learn from someone like that. Now that he's a community leader for Voice Actors at Home PH and active in other VO groups as well, he hopes to share some of what he's learned with others who are just starting out. So mga kapitbahays, please help me welcome our guest, Luis Cruz. Hey,
Hey
Luis.
Dave, thanks. Nice to be
Hey, hey,
here.
hey.
It's
Welcome,
strange
welcome.
being on the other side of the table. This time I'm not hosting.
Yes, yes, and we are rotating and rotating.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the case.
Oh, cause is someone spotlighted? But no, what's happening to us? You know what? Let's just ride with it and let's see what happens. I can't hear you, Dave. Wait, hold on.
Can't hear me?
There
Oh,
you go.
well,
Now I see you.
thank you, Luis. All right. So yeah, I was saying no. I'm curious, man. Like you just popped out of nowhere. No, parang I was just doing my voiceover journey, and I'm just so glad to have you here. Kasi parang, I met you along the way, and I saw how you were so voracious with learning and attending like the VO workouts
Oh
with
yeah.
Vocal Alliance then. And so yeah, how did that start? What's your voiceover origin story?
Ooh. Okay, my voice over origin story is that I stumbled into it. Really. Like you
Mm,
said, we met at Vocal Alliance, what, 2018, 2019, maybe.
yeah.
And there during that time, there were almost weekly workouts. And that meant I was there almost weekly. I was attending practically every workout that they announced. And it happens. Robbie just happened to invite me to a group, and I observed the first workout and was like, hey, this is fun. I want to keep doing this. And what it did was it brought me back to my roots because, like you said, I'm a theater guy. I'd throughout college, which is several years ago, and through grade school, I did I did theater, and everything I've done since then, since like maybe '90s, late '90s, 2000s, and 2010s, almost all of the stuff I've been doing has been related to communication or production,
Wow.
theater,
Wow.
photography, video production. That's all. If you think about it, they're all in just one niche, one
Category.
neighborhood. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
or one
category.
field if you think about it. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like everything you were doing all the way back then, like led up to this point.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
voice acting is just something. Okay, here. with video production, you need to have a team around you. You need to have your lighting director, your sound guy, your producers, your directors. And then with theater, it's the same thing. You have a whole team that you need to come up with at least, a team of five, six at the bare minimum to have a production. With voice, I'm right at home. All I need is a mic, a space, and maybe a director to help me out. And I'm like, hey, I can do this all I can do this all my life. I
Right?
can I'm gonna
Right?
enjoy this. So that's what happened.
Yeah, so you were able to make that comparison coming from the more traditional side of production, and you saw that parang, wow, work from home, as a
Yes.
producer,
Yeah.
'di ba?
And back that mind you, this was 2018, 2019. It's like I wasn't even
Right.
thinking of working from home yet. I was thinking of training at home and then going to the
Hmm,
studios to work. But then something happened in the next couple of years that sort of
something
changed
happened.
things for us.
A certain something changed
Sort of.
things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, that's bonkers, and I believe you've recorded quite a few projects from home na rin, ano?
Quite a few. Yeah, I've
Quite
got
a
some
few.
regular gigs. I've got a few commercials under my belt. Um,
From
and
home.
from home, yeah, actually, all
Wow.
all the commercials. I just realized it. Yeah, I don't think I've recorded a commercial in studio. I want to.
Wow.
I mean, I want to,
Wow.
but everything's so
Yeah. That's mind-blowing. You want to, but parang yeah, and that's why we're voice actors at home, guys.
yeah, I, yeah. I want to stay at home as much as I can, but you know, that was an experience I was hoping for when I started. I was like, I wanted to go to the studios to do the rounds. I want to go for studio hopping, and it never happened. But I still managed to find work somehow. And hey,
There you go.
it wasn't exact. Things didn't happen exactly as planned, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that.
That's incredible. That's like the silver lining amidst everything, 'di ba? Like somehow you got it to work, and yeah, from experience, din eh. Well, I know you're excited about working in studio, and it's different. It really is different. But let's talk about the advantages of working from home as well. Because one thing, let me spoil you. Going to the studios, it's a sparking. That's
Yeah,
traffic. That's gas,
traffic,
right? Yeah, yeah.
and I know you can relate with this. We both live outside Manila.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So it's
travel time is
mm, yeah,
significantly longer than it is for most
much
people.
longer. Yeah,
Yeah.
so for you guys, how long would it take to get to a studio?
Uh,
Say in Makati.
say in Makati, if I leave bright and early, an hour and a half, 2. So, I
Yeah.
know it's a bit longer for you.
No, and if you do that twice,
If you do
right?
that twice, it's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. Plus, I bring my son to school. He starts school at 8. He ends at
Ah.
3. So that's a tight window for me.
That is a very tight
Yeah.
window. Ah,
So,
2 hours. That is quite long. Yeah. So well, I'm curious because that sounds like fun. You're recording most of your commercials from home. So what does a typical VO day look like for you nowadays?
oh, um, I would say there are 2 general kinds of VO days for me. One is
Hmm.
the non-recording day.
Okay.
So, because all right, like I said, I'm a part-time everything. So one of the things I'm doing now is localization for what do you call this? Writing, dubbing scripts for localized TV shows or localized shows.
Love
So
it.
on those days, usually I start out my day with writing. So I spend maybe all morning. I bring my son to school, come back, and then up until maybe lunchtime, I'll start right. I'll just keep writing, and then I take a break for lunch, and then at the end of after I eat, that's when I start looking for auditions. Start sending out marketing emails. Send messages to people I used to work with,
Hmm.
or I'd love to work with again. It's basically marketing days and recording days.
Right.
So on recording days, I don't do anything. I try to spend as much time as I can just relaxing until the recording comes.
Oh,
So
that's
I will
solid.
bring my son to school, come back, have some coffee, play some games on my phone, maybe do some light work, some work that won't isn't very brain heavy,
Hmm.
and then so that when the recording time comes, I'm like, all right, let's come in. We're nice, relaxed. Let's do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Now I'm curious for your logic on yung train of thought mo. Why is it that for non-recording days you would do script writing before everything else?
Oh, because script writing is very brain heavy for me.
Ah, yeah,
And
yeah,
if
right.
you think about it, while you're script writing, you're voicing a lot of stuff. You're taking every character. It's like, all right, how should they say this line? So you're doing maybe like 20 different takes of the same line, trying to get
Yes,
it right on the page. So in a way, that's a workout. That's a 4 or 5 hour long solo workout by with
it
different
is.
characters. So it takes a lot out of you. So that's why I
Yeah.
start with that.
Yeah, ang galing, no? ADR writing is like two birds in one stone.
Yeah.
If you think
Um,
about it.
Possibly three. There's
Three,
the
yeah.
writing, the acting, and there's the directing aspect. If you think about it, in a way, I think it helps
Hmm.
build up the skill of a director. But I
Yes.
think that's several years down the line for me if I ever get led down that path.
So is ADR writing something you would recommend to new voice actors?
Yes. If you want to dub, if you want to do a lot of character work, definitely try it because you're gonna be forced to think. You're gonna forced to inhabit um several different characters, characters that you might not immediately relate to. You're going to be forced to make quick shifts from one character to another, from one story to another, from one genre to another. So it's training ground for building your imagination, for creating different voices, not just with your mouth, but creating those different voices in your head. And it'll force you to learn, to really inhabit a
Right.
character. So yeah, so definitely, I
Exactly.
would definitely recommend that.
Exactly. No, that's true. That's absolutely true. And I just want to take the time to read one of the comments from Claire, Luis's wife, part-time driver, grocery shopper, etc. Din si Luis.
Oh
Lol.
yeah,
So there are
part
a
time
lot of
everything.
other things that we do, diba?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
we
So
can't do that if we're in studio all day. So it's nice to be home for that.
exactly. And another comment from Claire, working and recording from home has given us the luxury of having more time for our family.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for other families, I know like they keep their kids sa studios na.
I would drag my son. Well, we've dragged our son to the studio
Yeah,
a few times, so it's fun as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I think about it sometimes with how soundproof this place is. We're gonna just when we have a baby, tatapon na lang namin dito.
No, but that's gonna be the true test. That is gonna be the true test of
True
soundproofing.
test for soundproofing.
If your baby
Yeah.
is outside the room bawling and you can't hear him or her, and then you
Uh,
built the studio.
yes, yes, folks, please don't do that. That's horrible parenting.
Hashtag
That was a
bad
joke,
parent.
syempre. Yeah. We have one of our good friends and mentors, Robbie Joseph, saying hi. Woohoo! Hey,
Hey,
Robbie.
how are
Glad you
you?
could join us, man. Yeah. So Robbie here, he facilitates the VO workouts, and he's the founder of Vocal Alliance.
Yes, and he's the
Yeah.
one who I got a lot of my training from
Exactly.
for
So
free.
so so glad to have you, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Well, now that you know all this, I'm personally curious. Given that we've had a lot of conversations in the past, like we've been accountability buddies for VO as well.
Yeah.
Like we used to do weekly meetings, and like you would teach me about fitness, I teach you about VO, and vice versa. Things would change. That really helped. No, I think I gained a few muscles naman at that time.
Good.
Yeah,
I
at that
happy to
time.
see it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm curious, given all that, how would you get into VO if you were to start over?
Whew. In a w- hmm. In a weird way, I don't think I would really change much in the sense that I, like I said, I stumbled upon it. But in the sense,
Right.
I sought out training when those workout invitations came. I took them. I when we there were chances to talk with other possible mentors. I went for it. So that's really it. I sought out feedback as much as I possibly could. So
That's
there's
it.
Robbie, there's you, there's Tita Gray. Sir Alan Vanek. So many people have helped me along the way that I sorry, I have to shout at Direct Rudolph. Thank you for for also guiding me. Um, okay, this that list could go on, so I'm gonna stop there. But yeah, so
Yeah,
seek out your mentors. Seek out people who you can learn from, because this industry is full of people who are so willing to share what they know, and that's why I ended up here with you guys with Vappy as a comm lead, because it's one way for me to get not give back, but to pay it forward, because
pay it forward.
I got
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff from you guys, so I can share some of that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
and for those of you who aren't familiar, yeah, so our goal is to help 1,000 Filipinos go full time by 2025, and hopefully you could be one of them. Yeah.
I'll be
So
full time everything.
you'll you'll be full time everything instead of part time everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Claire mentions he also got his wife into VO.
Oh
Yeah, tell
yeah.
us about that journey.
Oh wow. All right. So I got into VO in 2018. Right. So I stumbled upon it and I enjoyed it and I just loved it. And then sometime in 2020, income dried. Well, sometime in 2020, income streams dried up,
Oh
and
yeah, sometime in
uh,
2020.
yeah,
Yeah, I
sometime in
wonder
20.
why. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something happened. It's just
Yeah,
it seems to have
blink of an
been.
eye.
It's a
Mm,
hazy memory now.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and because I'd often ask Claire to sort of when I'd audition, I'd often ask Claire to listen to my reads, and she'd tell me, it's like, it sounds like you're it's a fake voice for you. And I noticed that while she didn't have any training in acting, she didn't have any background in acting, she had certain instincts that she could tell when someone's being inauthentic, when I was being unauthentic. She
Right.
could tell when I was putting on a voice. So it's like, you know what? You should stop criticizing and just start doing it yourself and try it yourself and see.
Mm.
And I dragged her to a VO workout, and somehow it hooked her. It hooked her, and she's now doing VO alongside me here. So my studio, LCVO, it was supposed to be Luis Cruz VO. It's Luis and Claire VO.
I
So
love that. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a perfect fit.
perfect fit.
It's
Yeah.
very serendipitous.
And
Yeah,
now
so
both of us can
it,
earn.
yeah, now both of you can earn. So parang like, if you're voicing like certain characters in a certain project, like, oh, they need another character, why don't you voice that character, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Love that.
Instant referral.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is from Claire. Lockdown was driving us crazy. So VO workouts were an escape for us. I think
Oh
VO
yes.
saved us. That's excellent.
I think it saved a
Yeah.
whole lot more people than I mean. I okay. I'm gonna have to shout out to a certain group, Clingy Crew. Actually, I'm sure it saved a lot of people in that group. Yeah.
And thank you for everything that you do. So guys, so Luis and Claire, they're pioneers of that group, and it's one of the things about being a voice actor is medyo lonely eh. Parang loner ka, diba? So as they say, lone wolves tayo. But having this group that you can share your experiences with, to experience voiceover with is priceless. Ba?
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, now going back to that question I had earlier, like if you were to start over, how would you do it? Come to think of it, I think you like checked all the boxes for the right way to do it. Parang you had good form. Yeah, parang
yeah,
like if it were a sport, you didn't learn tennis the wrong way. You had like the proper structure all throughout. So that's awesome.
I've
That's
been
really
spoiled
awesome.
that way. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've spoken with quite a few people about that. I've been spoiled. I've been exposed to pretty much the best practices in the industry, or
Yes.
some of the best practices in the industry. So it's just I feel I hate using the word because I feel it's overused, but I'm blessed that way.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
lucky. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
another
true
way to put it,
though.
I got really lucky.
Yeah, yeah, that's it's so true. Now, and actually, I wouldn't call it like just by happenstance, pero kasi you made it possible by showing up every single time. So that's the
That
thing. It's not like yeah, of course you're driven and all, but parang it's not like there was something peculiar about your circumstance. A lot of people did have access to the internet, and and we still do now. And so just by showing up to these workouts, to our group coaching sessions, and any education out there, and so parang you really invested in education, and now you're reaping the rewards.
I invested a lot of time and effort into these
Yes.
things, so that's
Yes.
paying off
Yeah,
slowly.
yeah. And I'm so honored to have seen that growth, to have heard you from having very dry reads to being like pretty good when you do it a few times,
Pretty
to
good
being able to nail lines quickly with just like, bam, minsan nakaka one take wonder na tayo, which is like
sometimes.
massive, massive growth. Of course, especially with commercials, diba? So
Well,
yeah,
it happens sometimes. I get luck. Again, I'm gonna keep using that word. I get lucky sometimes.
sure.
I'm always
Eh,
gonna underplay my stuff.
nah, nah, you deserve it, man. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
I'm thankful to have met you guys. You were definitely one of the people. I will say it was you were one of the people who was very instrumental to to my success, to my growth as a voice actor. So thank you.
my pleasure, man, and likewise, because I saw you showing up all the time, and you kept talking about how like, oh man, like I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life, and I don't want to ever stop learning, and that kind of attitude is like, at a certain point, you may feel like na nagpaplateau ka na. And there were times that I felt that, and like whenever I saw, he's like, "Oh man, Luis is still going. Luis is still going." So I better keep going. So yeah, appreciate
Uh,
it. Like
we pull
fanning
each other
those. Yes,
forward.
yes, exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
all right. I've
Yeah.
heard of them.
Yeah, so, if you have any, given, like, it's been 2018, 5 years, so
5 years, yeah,
four
almost.
4.5 or give or take. So maybe at this point, you'd have some stories you'd like to share.
Ooh, well, one of the stories would have been that I dragged Claire along
Yeah?
along for this ride. Um, God, there's
Okay.
so
Let
yeah.
let 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 me help you out. Okay,
All
what
right,
what's
for sure.
given one of your commercials, maybe, without going into the details too much, I guess, like, what was it like recording a commercial from home?
Ooh, um, it was surprisingly. It sounds braggy, but yeah, I'll just say it.
Sure.
It was surprisingly easy because of the
Wow.
workouts.
Yes.
Because the workouts that we've done, they'd simulate in a way they were simulating all these recording sessions. They
Yes.
were a little more descriptive in terms of direction, and they basically just forced you to try different things and not be afraid to, you know, to go all out in one direction.
Right.
So when the producer started talk, we'd have recording sessions and the producer would say, I want you to try this. I want you to do this. Like, all right, I just have to sort of think back to, oh, this review workout from 2 weeks ago. I did this, and it's like every time the producer threw something at me, I could pull an experience from a past workout
Yes.
or a past
Excellent.
lesson or a past coaching session. So um, that's what made it easy for me. It wasn't easy because I mean because I did eventually because okay, I guess in a way all the past training, all the training for the past 5 years has given me some sort of skill, some sort of memory bank that I can pull from, and that
Yes.
makes working a little bit easier than it would be if I just went into this without any training at all, without any preparation. So I guess that's it.
Right.
I'm just prepared for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna refuse to say I'm good at this, but I'm prepared for this.
But yeah, you're versatile. You have like a Swiss Army knife of different tools that
Quite a
that you can take out when you need to, or like parang Luis do a commercial read. Like Luis, gusto natin medyo authoritative but casual. So how would you do that? How would you
well,
like mix those two?
um ooh, how would I mix it? Well,
Like, what's your thought process behind that?
my thought process would be to analyze the script. So when someone just for that specific direction, when you say authoritative but casual, so I would imagine first being a boss who's just a little bit older than than his team. And then authoritative but casual doesn't mean you're authoritative and casual the whole way through. You got to
Mhm.
pick some lines. Like, all right, these lines I got to be a little more authoritative, a little more stern. And then these lines, like, it's you soften them up with these other lines. Like, all right, but I can sort of soften up for this portion of the script, and then get stern again, and then analyze the script, figure out your character, and create a picture of where you are. So if you're talking with them, if you're on stage and you're talking with your team, you deliver a certain way. But if you
Yes.
imagine you've got a team, you've got someone beside you, you put your arm around their shoulder
Right.
and you're encouraging them, you're gonna talk a different way. It's a
Yeah,
more intimate way.
context.
Yeah, you create
Yes.
context. You paint a picture in your head, and these things just will flow naturally. These things will happen. You will start sounding more friendly or more supportive or more nervous because that's what happened to me now. That's what's happening to me now. I'm sounding more nervous.
Well, to get the jitters out, I'd like to read this comment from Tito Jean. Genesis Ogbinar, shout out to Luis for the encouragement. Also gave a little push to actually share my communication skills training to a new audience.
Because
Yeah,
Tito
so
Gene he's an amazing guy, dude. So I sent you have so much to share.
I
It's
love that. I love that. We should get him as a guest on the show soon.
definitely, most
If you're
definitely.
listening, Tito Jean. Yes. So here's another question from Krista. Luis,
Mhm.
tell us about your most challenging recording or project, especially when you were starting out in the industry.
Ooh. I guess that would be dubbing um for some a Netflix show.
Ah, yes.
Uh it was yeah, because it's a commercial scripts, commercial reading is different. It's a whole different beast from dubbing. Um, Dubbing, so you can get the emotion right, but you're not synced to the video, and you got to
Right.
think about it. There's so many more extra layers to think to try and fit
Yes.
together when you're dubbing. But
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
most challenging one, and also the most fun one, was voicing a character in an animated show and an animated movie that was present throughout almost the whole movie, but didn't have a single word to say.
Wow. Oh,
I
that
had
that sounds like really fun work.
it is so
And
fun.
I wonder what the pay is like. Covered by NDA, but now I'm curious.
Well, I did
Yeah.
voice a few other characters, but
Ah,
when I
okay.
started voicing that character, um, direct left the room actually before I was able to start voicing that. But when he came back and he listened to it, he said, "Luis, you had fun doing this, no?" It's like, "Yes, director."
Pero clarify lang natin for our audience by non-spoken line. So you mean you had to do the role, meron ka mga grunts and
I had,
reactions.
so I'd be swinging my arms, I'd jump up and down and land, I'd be grunting,
Mm.
I'd pretend I'd been hit and I'd fallen. It was a very physical performance.
Wow.
But it was a physical performance that had to be, I had to stay on mic. I had to stay sort of on axis where the mic was. And it was both it was a technical challenge, but it was such a fun experience. It was a fun It's probably my favorite character of all, so far. My favorite performance that I've ever done.
Usually our favorites are the ones that really draw out the most in us, that challenge us to take our skill to the next level. Eh.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can imagine. I can really imagine. Well, here's one from Claire.
Yeah.
How to sound authoritative and guapo at the same time.
Like, no, no, I'm not gonna do. I am not gonna answer that question.
No, to Claire Dow, that's just you being you. All right.
How you
And
do?
by the way, guys, if you have like other comments that you want to leave down below, you have any questions, please leave them. If I might
Yeah.
chance upon them, we might be able to ask them. So, yeah, here's one from Jin. Shout out to Luis for pulling me into this wonderful community. Hi,
Hey,
everyone.
Jen.
Hello, Jin. Good
Yeah.
to
Oh, the
see
Jen with
you.
that. Oh God, that
Yes.
voice. Just
Yeah, that voice, that voice. He doesn't even
even
need to
with the
try.
proximity effect, I can't even get close to that.
Yeah. The deep triller voice, yeah.
Yeah.
Don
And
LaFontaine.
I thought I
Yeah.
had a deep voice. Nope.
Yeah. So that's okay. And for those who are listening, just to clarify, guys, so the fact that Luis is getting projects without having a deep voice, the way he described it, like I don't have a deep voice, meron tayong kanya-kanyang genre for our
Yeah.
voices. Yeah. So if there's
And
a, yeah.
yeah, sorry, the last commercial. It's just I gotta say, my last commercial. A friend of mine saw me. He's like, "Ang taas pala ng boses mo." He couldn't believe it was my voice because my
Right?
normal speaking voice is actually a little lower mm, than my voice when I record often. I don't know why. I actually record with a higher pitch
Huh.
than I
Bakit
speak.
kaya? Yeah, maybe you need to invest in monitors na. Yeah. But you
Or
do
maybe
already
the
have
character
them.
just
Yeah.
call for it because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
actually for a younger guy, and it just happens to fit the
If
character.
it fits the character, there
Yeah.
you go. Well, here's oh, before I read this question, I just want to remind our audience again, our commenters, that we do have a group coaching session with Coach
Oh,
Ryan Bondok. So nabanggit ni Luis yung dubbing. Guys, ang
oh,
saya-saya mag-dub. We have a group coaching session with Coach Ryan, who is dubber first and foremost, been in this industry for mga 17 years na rin. And he will be leading that this Saturday, 5 to 8 p.m. It's only 500 pesos per head, and sulit na yon. You're gonna get the learnings of a lifetime. So much you can learn from Coach Ryan every single time you work with him. Yeah. So the details, the URL is right down below. Check it
yep.
out with a ticker
Voice actors at home. PH. That's not PH slash coaching slash group.
slash group. Just click, 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 and yeah, wait for the coach to approve you. Yeah. And
Yes,
so this is
we
the
enjoyed that.
first time we're doing a afternoon session. Yeah, okay, so this one's from Krista. Hi again, another question from me. Well, I love challenges. Can you tell us about your weirdest or challenging client?
Oh,
Of course,
weird.
don't mention the client's name.
Weirdest. Okay. Now, it's not. It's the same one. It's. Well, it's not client. Fine. The weirdest client would probably be. It's not weird. It's hard for me to describe them as weird, but I work for. I guess you could. I do a regular award show for an MLM.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna say what, but
Hmm.
it's it's challenging because I've been doing this for a couple years now, I think, and trying to maintain the same energy on a monthly basis for roughly the same script every time. It's just a little unusual for me, but it's
Huh.
something that
The script itself or the type of the nature of the project, which is unusual.
well, no, maybe not the nature of the project. I think I know what it is. It's not a client I expected to ever um
Ah,
become a regular, but
wow.
I'm
But it's
thankful,
tough
and
work.
it's yeah, it's tough work. And it's a little it gets tiring.
Hmm.
They're short scripts, but they get tiring.
Claire is giving a hint. The names you have to read for that client are super challenging.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's interesting. Yeah, ako personally, I do have challenges when if it's a bit medical related or
Ooh,
it's foreign and there's a lot of like mostly
a lot of
English.
firsts.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of foreign words, especially. Yeah. Okay, well, guys, we're about to start our game in a bit. That's like in 5 minutes, and that is a script read, 20 minutes, to be facilitated by Luis himself. And before we get there, just leave your genre of voiceover down below. There are three genres I'm going to mention: character, commercial, and narration. Just mention one of those in the comments, and you will have the chance to be selected for the game. Yeah, I have a number like here that I typed out right here, so I'm gonna count pang ilang comment kayo. Oh, I gave away the criteria, but yeah, just leave a comment down below. Right. So yeah, out of curiosity, Luis, do you have any other tips that you'd like to share with newer voice actors?
Ooh, well, you gotta love doing this because if you're just if you gotta love playing with your voice, talking with people or talking with a mic. So that's one thing. Learn to act because voice
Hmm.
acting, it's right there. Voice actors at home. So we're actors primarily. Even if the only thing the audience might pick up is the voice, you got to use your whole body.
Absolutely.
And we've done this with the workouts where, if I'm sitting down like this, my voice tends to relax as well. And it almost sounds like I have a cigar in my hand and a glass of rum in the other. But once you stand up and start jumping around, then your energy goes up. It can't
Yes,
all be, you can't focus all your energy on just your mouth. You got to use your whole body.
I feel
And
you.
two, well, your space is going to be so much more important than your mic.
Hmm.
That's something
That's
I
good.
will always harp on.
That's
Uh,
essential. Yeah, it is.
you can have the most expensive mic in the whole world, but if you're recording in a noisy space, it's not going to do you any good. But you can have like a cell phone mic in a
Hmm.
very nice, quiet space, and you can get a very good quality recording from that.
Very nice. Out of curiosity, what mic are you using right now?
Oh, I am using an NT1,
Ah,
a
yes.
Rode NT1, which goes through a DBX286 and a Rode AI1. And
Love
just
that.
love this. I love the setup right now.
Those are classics. The Rode NT1 is known for its very low self noise, diba?
Very, very low self noise,
Yeah,
very
what's that
fast
like?
response. It works well for both me and Claire, so I
Ah,
like it. And ooh, the new Rode is God. I want it.
the new one, the new
The
fifth
new
gen naman.
the fifth gen
Ah,
AI1. I would
yeah.
love to get one of those, to put here, and then if I have to travel, just put it in a bag and carry it and leave the rest of the stuff behind. Just bring the mic. I would
Oh
love to
yeah,
have it.
I
And,
feel that. Oy, Luis, baka nagagas na yung audience. Gear
oh no,
acquisition
no,
syndrome.
I,
so, so
I'm I'm very prone to that.
So between the fifth gen, the that Rode NT1 fifth gen, and getting a treated space, which would you pick?
Treated space. No
Treated
doubt about
space,
it. Treated
no
space.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
That is excellent.
Okay, I'm not sure if we might as well. If you can find out, there's a title. You already have the mic you need. It's by Chris
Yes,
Junkie, Mike
yes.
Delgado. He he records a whole video, and his audio is pristine. And then he tells you he just recorded that whole video, or at least the audio part of that video, on his phone. So what do you got to say to that?
That's bonkers. That's incredible. Yeah,
It's just
yeah, totally, totally agree. And I just want to take this time to shout out to Sir Nelson De Leon of True Wave
yes.
Acoustics. Yes, thanks, Dal, for your wonderful home studio. And
Thank you. This is
yes,
a true wave product.
likewise, same here. I have some like panels here sa gilid. Yeah, that's True Wave
Nice.
also. Yeah, so thank you, Sir Nelson, for all that you do. We love your craftsmanship and work ethic. Yan. All
Look,
right.
he's got some. He made sure this looked good. So
Oh yeah, it surely does look good. It's an ana. It's not just for voice acting, but it's also for content creation because
content
of
creation.
the aesthetics, diba?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I think we already mentioned, we already talked about your studio. I was gonna ask about that. I think
Mhm.
you've already talked about it. What mics would you recommend to newbies as of this podcast?
Well, if you can afford it, the no, the fifth gen Rode and
Yeah, hands
NT1.
down.
that right now is probably the best mic you can
Yeah,
get as a beginner.
exactly.
But if you don't have the budget, I would say get a cheap BM800 and get either the Teiyun Q12 or a Bayer Dynamic interface. So get a
I mean,
decent
Behringer.
interface. Huh? A Behringer, sorry,
Yeah,
Bayer
yeah, yeah.
Dynamic. Sorry, thank you.
A Bayer
So
is pretty cool though. Yeah.
yeah, Bayers. I've
Yeah,
got my
yeah.
Bayers as well.
Yep,
But,
yep, yep. There you go.
so
Bayer fan. Woo.
get a decent interface. So that's a Behringer or a Teiyun Q12, and get the cheapest mic you can get, which is the BM800. And then
BM
as soon as you
800.
get your first job, replace the mic.
Very interesting advice, and I agree with it. Like as soon as you get your first job, replace the mic. Like your first mic is the best mic to get you your next one.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
it. That's all it's good for,
Don't
right?
don't buy the expensive
Yeah.
mic until it's paid for by a project.
Yes, yes. Guys, if you have any other questions for Luis, leave them in the comments. We would be very, very glad to answer them.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
should plug that video. Oh yeah, it's my video, but anyways,
Yeah.
that
Oh
video on
yeah,
YouTube.
guys. Yes.
On
Plug your
mics.
channel.
Yeah, no, it's our channel. It's Voice Actors at Home PH
All
channel.
right, right.
So I have a video there on mics for beginners. So we're gonna put that, I think, on your side.
Okay.
But anyway,
Very nice. Okay, so I
mm,
am gonna scroll now to uh the very first person who left a comment, and that is Lick. Alec.
mm,
Yes. And your
oh,
genre of choice is
please.
narration. Okay, so
Oh,
we are getting Alec
narration.
on the podcast with for a narration script. Okay, so let's just see
Ooh.
that.
All right, I'm gonna have
There's
to
his
look for a
comment right
script.
there. Okay, and let me grab a link to send his way. Alec, if you could message me and I will send you the link to the stream, we
All
can
right.
add you as a guest. In the meantime, Luis is probably going to look for a narration script of his. So, in the meantime, fellas, feel free to leave your comments
Yeah.
down below if you have any questions. Um, Joel mentioned saving up to get the Rode NTG5. Yes,
Yeah, that's a nice
very
one as
nice.
well.
Very nice. Okay, so this is a question for Luis as he
Yeah.
multitasks. From Joel, what type of VO haven't you done yet but want to learn next?
Wait, so I've
Yeah.
done commercial, I've done dubbing. I still have not done an audiobook. It is
Hmm.
I mean, audiobooks are daunting because imagine
Yes.
reading for 3 hours. No, not reading for 3 hours. Having a final product of 3 hours, which means you're probably reading for 6, 7, 8, 9 hours.
Ah. Yeah.
So that's,
Yeah.
and plus you might be reading several different characters.
Oh.
But yes, I do dream of doing an audiobook, but my ultimate dream would probably be to originate an animated character, pre-
Wow.
preferably a villain.
Ah. Yes.
It's not fun.
Absolutely. Yes, we would love that, wouldn't we? Yeah. What kind of villain is it? Like the Mark Hamill
Oh,
type, or
the scheming type, the ones who
yes,
are just
a scheming type,
insidiously evil.
insidiously evil, like Emperor Palpatine.
Oh yeah, that would be
I mean, yeah, you guys are Star Wars fans, so yeah, yeah. May the Force be with you. Alec has messaged me, all right, and I have sent him the link to be a guest.
All right.
All right, very
And
nice. So here's one. Another comment. Um, who is this from? I can't quite see the name right now, but what are any other projects that you had to turn down? Like didn't align with your beliefs, principles, or basta ayaw mo lang?
ooh, I think I've turned down a political ad,
Hmm.
so I will not.
Yeah,
No,
okay, that's it. That's good enough to answer. Yeah. So, guys,
Uh,
just to clarify it out there, and we might as well add this down to our verticals later. Now, like, are we supposed to take on every job that we're offered? So, what are your thoughts on that?
no, you gotta. Okay, it's hard to sell a product that you don't believe in. So if you really, I would, um, if I, hey, hi, okay, Alex here. Uh, If I actually detest a product, I can't imagine myself voicing it and convincingly um selling it and
That's
telling
true.
others. So it would feel like a lie. It'd feel really dirty. So no, I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't do
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, as voice actors, we are messengers in a
Yeah.
sense. We are in essence becoming advocates. So
Yes.
guys, actually, no is a very valid answer to any projects you might not feel comfortable taking on.
Yeah.
Yan.
Definitely.
All right, ayan na si Alec. Yan. All right, we're gonna add him to the stream. Alec, I can see you in backstage. Can you wave if you're ready? Just wave if you can hear us.
All
There we
right.
go. Okay, we
So
are adding
Alex,
Alec. Welcome, Alec.
Hey
hey
guys,
Alex.
Welcome. Hey, hey,
I'm
hey.
using the Fi Fine.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
five
Fine
five
that's a
Fine.
K six eight
that's a
eight.
decent mic.
Yes, it's the mic
That's
that you
it.
reviewed.
That's the mic that I reviewed. Yeah. So welcome, welcome. Ayan. So tara, let's do narration. Are you ready?
Yeah, this isn't quite narration,
Okay,
but it should be okay. I lost the window.
Okay,
There we
no
go.
worries.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
share a
We are
screen.
gonna share. We are gonna share once we have your script. Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
So how are
screen.
you finding the script, Alec? The script,
Uh,
the mic.
yeah, it's good. I actually use it a lot, and that's why I have another mic over here for
Very
my
nice.
tablet streaming and stuff. So
Ah, I can see
yeah,
that. Well,
All
what's
right.
the other
it's
mic?
here. It's the one that I think it's an EMR USB microphone from
EMR.
Oman.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Wait.
just a 1,000 peso
Oh,
mic from Lazada. I just got it
Oh,
last week.
fascinating.
1,000 peso
Fascinating.
And
XLR
right,
mic,
it's a
USB mic.
USB mic, but I'm trying
Huh.
to go for a mobile setup, so that's why I have
Okay,
my tablet here. So I'm gonna try music production with this,
that
and
makes sense.
Okay.
probably post it on my YouTube
I
soon.
have a question for you, Lek. Would you prefer English or Tagalog?
I can go with the English.
English. All right.
Yes.
I
All
will share
right.
something.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's not very long, and I don't think anyone else has
There
seen
we
this.
go. There is our script.
Yep. This is a little
Yeah.
old. I wrote this was written in 2022, but I
Okay.
think we can
Let's
try this.
let me try. Let me just look at it for a bit.
Just cold read.
Okay, okay, okay,
Sure
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Take your time.
We've been living with this disease for 2 years now, and we're getting used to it. Sort of. We've changed the way we work, how we interact, and how we behave around each other. And it almost seems like we're going back to business as usual. But we're not. Because let's be frank here, we are still in crisis, and we are still stressed out. Many of us are facing some of the toughest challenges of our lives. And even if some of us have gotten past that, we are still recovering. And I don't mean just making up for lost revenue or lost wages. All of us have lost that, but some have lost more. Some have closed down businesses they built from the ground up. Some have lost jobs they have had for years. And some have lost friends, family, loved ones. We have all lost bits of ourselves over the past 2 years. So if you're out and you see that people seem detached, like they're lost in their own worlds, cut them some slack. They just might need some time to breathe, to think, to compose themselves. They might just be having a bad day. And more likely than not, they've probably had a bad few weeks not too long ago. On the other hand, if people want to connect, want to interact with you, don't brush them off too quickly. They might just want some human interaction, and that is a scarce commodity nowadays. something that even the most introverted among us could use more of. At the very least, acknowledge them and smile. And trust me, even under your masks, others can feel that smile.
Okay. I think
I guess, yeah,
uh,
yeah, it just
Take it away, Luis.
I'm impressed.
oh,
I will say that much. You
actually, I kind of related to the script while I was reading it. Like,
no
is this?
wonder
Yeah,
because
introvert here. Yeah, that's why I got to pick the tone right away while reading it.
yeah, I felt something immediately that you picked up, the sort of the flow of the script.
Yeah, actually, I got that hint already of the character from the first line that you wrote here, like the sort of part. So I already had an idea what the character is supposed to be, like some informal. Yeah, I was going to a bit informal, but at the same time a bit dramatic. So
Yeah,
that's what I
and
was going for.
that's good. So I'm gonna tell you now. You have good instincts for the flow, how things flow. You were, I mean, you got the emotion. It was clear you felt something.
Yeah,
Maybe you weren't quite able to shape that emotion very well yet, but in terms of understanding the script, that was fast. I thought you'd sort of like take a little more time to read, but you got it.
no,
So
no, I got it from the first paragraph already. So
well,
I was
that's
just going with the flow.
yeah. But that said, in terms of delivery, I'll be a little bit more technical here. You have a little bit of a staccato
Yeah,
delivery. So so where was this? It almost seems like we're going back to business as usual. It's like you have these chunks of words where you say these words and then you say another set and then another set, and they're very disjointed. So it's good to have that as one style, one way to deliver things, but you shouldn't have your whole script that way. So you can have some parts where you're sort of staccato, but then you can flow in some parts because those lines call for it, that you start getting a little
yeah,
flowy. So that's something to be aware of, because when you talk with other people,
yeah,
you 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 don't always talk the same way the whole time through the whole conversation. So that's one thing.
yeah.
And I'd like to ask now, um, when you were reading this, were you imagining talking with someone, or who were you imagining you were speaking with?
Oh yeah, I think it had something to do with the scene. I was thinking of like
Ah,
a trailer like vibe. That's why I was voicing it that way.
okay.
So I was trying that approach.
All right. Well, here's one trick. This is something that I learned very quickly. I'm going to take my cans off again. Very early on, is that you should always know who you're speaking with.
Okay.
So don't imagine a trailer. Don't imagine you're speaking to the void or to a mic. Imagine you're talking with, um, so can you think of one specific person you can imagine sharing these words with?
Okay, let's try my girlfriend.
Girlfriend. All right.
Easier,
So
easier.
let's go.
Just
Let's continue that thought. You're speaking with your girlfriend, but why are you telling her this? Why are you telling her we've been living with this disease for a while? Why are you telling her to cut people slack? What is it? What's happening? Or let's pretend there's something happening.
hmm,
Or what is it she's feeling? Or what is it that you just went through?
let's try anxiety. Yeah,
Sure.
because
So she's anxious about things. Okay.
yeah, since the script is also sort of pandemic related. So
Yeah, it
I
is fine.
think
I wrote it
that's the
quite.
closest I can think of.
All
Yeah.
right. So your girlfriend is anxious, and
Okay.
I said, yeah. So now here's another thing. Where are you? Where are you talking? Are you in a coffee shop across from each other? Are you in a car with each other, side by side? Set the scene in your head.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
You don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
You don't have
Okay.
to
Yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
scene is. So
Yeah. I
just
get it. Yeah.
try to imagine how
I'm
you talk.
internalizing. Hold on.
Yeah. So don't imagine that you're speaking to someone, a crowd. Imagine you're speaking with that one person. You know exactly how she feels. and try to imagine what it is you want her to feel after your talk. You can get close to her, you can walk around, just picture the whole scene, picture the whole conversation. And when you're ready, go.
Okay. We've been living the. Sorry. Take two.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time. Just relax.
We've been living with these disease for 2 years now, and we're getting used to it. Sorta. We've changed the way we work, how we interact, and how we behave around each other. And it almost seems like we're going back to business as usual, but we're not. Because let's be frank here, we are still in a crisis, and we are still stressed out. Many of us are facing some of the toughest challenges of our lives. And even if some of us have gotten past that, we are still recovering. And I don't mean just making up for lost revenue or lost wages. All of us have lost that, but some have lost more. Some have closed down businesses they built from the ground up. Some have lost jobs they have had for years. And some have lost friends, family, loved ones. We have all lost bits of ourselves over the past 2 years. So if you're out and you see that people seem detached, like they're lost in their own worlds, cut them some slack. They just might need some time to breathe, to think, to compose themselves. They might just be having a bad day. And more likely than not, they've probably had a bad few weeks not too long ago. On the other hand, if people want to connect, want to interact with you, don't brush them off too quickly. They might just want some human interaction. And that is a scarce commodity nowadays. Something that even the most introverted among us could use more of. At the very least, acknowledge them and smile. And trust me, even under your masks, others can feel that smile. I guess that's really my point here. We've been through so we've been through some difficult things, and we're all looking for our own ways to deal with the troubles facing us. And the best way we can help each other is to be good to each other. Be kind, be compassionate, be human.
Nice. I felt
It,
that a lot. Um,
it's actually weird, like, because I'm an introvert. Like, I'm thinking this from reverse.
from I,
Yeah, because my girlfriend's an extrovert. Like, it's so ironic. I'm trying to talk like I'm a someone so sociable. I don't
well, that's the joy.
the
I'm an
space part.
introvert as well.
Yeah.
I will tell you that I'm an introvert as well, and voice acting helps me sort of break out of that shell. It
Yeah.
helps me inhabit, be someone who's not an introvert. So I can relate with you for that, man. And I could feel, I especially, wait, where is this? With the third paragraph. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
just mean making up for lost revenue. I don't know. I could feel something. I won't ask what it is you were thinking about, but I have a feeling you felt you had a vivid memory in mind here. Can you at least confirm whether there was a vivid
Yeah,
memory here?
actually there was.
Yes. And on the other hand, the I didn't even I still had my eyes closed if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
but I could hear that smile. I literally could hear. I mean,
Oh
I
wow.
hear the smile, and when I look at you, you were smiling.
Yeah. I actually picked that up from Jerry Mangania's last VO workout. I was
Well,
observing. So I took
he's an
notes.
amazing coach.
Yeah. But the difference is I wasn't standing, so
No, but that is a
Like,
very, very good note
yeah,
to pick up
yeah.
because
I took note of it.
how you feel, how you really feel inside will shine through. So if you're reading a script, and I'm gonna stop sharing this, and thank you, by the way,
Yeah, thank you also.
for a wonderful
I
read.
really did not
Thank you,
expect it,
Alec.
but thank you. Thank you, Dave.
But
Yeah.
yes, if you if you whenever you encounter a script, I will. It's almost blasphemous, but I hope I can explain the logic here.
There you go.
You can almost ignore the words. Don't read the words. Read the emotion.
Oh, that's
If
a
you're
good tip.
if you take okay, this paragraph is supposed to this paragraph makes me feel sad. So if it makes you feel sad, then your audience, as you read the words in that paragraph, will also feel that sadness. So you can be saying gibberish for all I care. But if you have the emotion, if you feel that emotion while you're saying that gibberish, your audience will connect with you. So that is pretty much um it's and I know you said narration,
Yeah,
but I think it is very important in narration that you feel, as you go through the page, you feel what
yeah.
it is that the author was feeling at the time, and you express it there. So I think
Okay.
you have been listening. You've been taking note. You said Jerry Magnaya, so you
Yeah.
clearly are. You've clearly been teaching yourself a few tricks.
Yeah,
So
I still remember Dave's tip to me way back. I think it was around 2018. I think it was around the first VO workout, like the
ooh,
monkey see monkey do approach. So I've been doing that while playing Valorant. Yeah, that's one of my routines nowadays.
well,
Like,
good on you
yeah,
because you
can't believe that will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Productive Valorant.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Alec, for
yeah.
joining
Thank you,
us.
guys.
Yeah,
Thank you,
definitely
thank
saw
you.
your growth. Love how you did that. How you grew with like one direction lang din from Luis. That was a very
yes,
comprehensive direction, and a lot of people they usually take like maybe a couple of times before they even absorb anything, and then that would get the directors annoyed. Like you don't get it, but you got
Yeah.
it.
you
So
got it.
so that's awesome, Alec, that you are
So,
directable.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
Thank you.
awesome. Glad you could
you
join
will
us,
love it.
man.
Yeah,
You can
glad
you
to
will
be
Yeah.
love
part
it
of
doing
this
this.
podcast too. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Take care. Take care. Hope you
Beto
can join us
kamsahamnida.
again.
All
Sige,
right.
sige. All
All right.
right.
See ya.
All right,
Awesome.
that was awesome.
Well, that was awesome. That was excellent. Yes, well, we're right here now at the end of the show. Ah,
Oh,
man.
oh wow.
Already, right? Time flies. It's about all the time we got for today. But yes, Ted here says came for the talk, gonna leave with the feels. Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
well, I felt that. I
I
definitely
felt
felt that.
that. Yes. Well, thank you, Luis, for like stepping up and being the guest facilitator for today. And like I saw how you did that, and may medyo may nagpaparinig na dito. Luis should be a coach.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that
ooh.
let's
Yeah, yeah.
discuss that some other time.
Sure, sure, sure. For another time. Yeah, yeah. But guys, very clearly, you can learn a lot from Luis. We do keep talking about this, and we just want to make it clear, that the reason why we got Luis on is that even Luis says this himself is like I don't consider myself as parang
An
like
expert.
I'm an expert already, but our thought process here sa VAPH is we don't want to intimidate you guys.
Yeah.
So parang, just to have someone who's just a few steps ahead of you, or maybe just a step
Yeah.
ahead of you to learn from. And Luis has described himself as someone like that. So what are your thoughts
Yeah.
on that, Luis?
Well, actually, I was just in a call with someone else who shared pretty much almost the exact same idea. You just got to think of yourself as sitting somewhere in a continuum. So you're here. These are the people you look up to and you consider experts, and all these people here are at the beginning. So if you're here, you're in a position to help all these people. And even though you don't consider yourself an expert, who's over here, you've got something to, you're gonna have something to offer, and I'm still reluctant to accept that um mantle
Mm.
or accept that idea, but I get it. I can offer something to some people,
Yeah.
and I do that by sharing, at least on the tech side. That part I'm confident with. When a coach on the acting side, I think I will always consider myself the eternal novice, the eternal student. So,
Which is excellent.
which is
We need that
excellent.
mindset to keep growing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I guess we can revisit those talks at some point. But
at some
I'm still
point.
gonna keep trying to learn more and more
Yes.
and more and more.
Well, thank you for the humility, Luis. Yeah, but guys, you can learn a lot from Luis. Yeah. And speaking of learning again, we'd like to again mention one last time na lang, Coach Ryan has a group coaching session this Saturday, 5 to 8 p.m. So the schedule is a little different for those of you who had sched conflicts in the past. So Coach
Yeah.
Ryan will be, he'll bring his A game, and you can learn so much for him, especially pagdating sa dubbing. And if you aside from the dubbing technical knowledge, I tend to be inspired by him, to be
Mhm.
motivated by Coach Ryan. So yeah, if you need like a little bit of a push, a bit of a nudge and the pat on the back at the same time, you can get that from Coach Ryan this Saturday, 5 to 8 p.m. It's just you can access that via voiceactorsathome.ph/coaching/group. All right. Well, that's it. We're at the end of the show. Thank you for joining us. See you
Thank
guys
you,
next
Dave. Thank you for
time.
having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Take care.